Chapter 1. Lowering Your Expectations.
As you can already tell, this is a weird video. I made a short film, and it didn't turn out how I wanted, and I wasn't even going to share it here or do a video about it, but then I realized this YouTube channel shouldn't be a highlight reel of things that I'm proud of. I should show things that I consider failures too, because that's where I usually learn the most valuable lessons anyways. So I made this video about it, but then I didn't like how the video turned out. So then I didn't release the video or the film. But I took another look at it and I just didn't want to end the year without putting this out there. And now it's a video about a short film, but also a video about that video. I had a lot of fun with it. And I hope you enjoy this video about a video I'm not proud of, about a short film I'm not proud of. I think I'm pretty proud of it now. Enjoy.
And now for your feature presentation.
All right. It is 4:50 a.m. on day 4 of 5. And we're filming an entire short film today. I got about 2 to 3 hours of sleep. I hope I have enough gas in the tank. So right now, I don't feel like I do. Here we go.
And by the way,
look, we're in China, folks.
There's a quote from George Lucas I think about all the time when it comes to filmmaking, which is, it's not about the best film you can make. It's about the best film you can make under the circumstances. Because if you think about it, the best film you can make is a film that you will never see, not from me or you or Christopher Nolan. Everybody has circumstances they're battling against, and that is just as much a part of how good your film's gonna turn out as anything else. Now, I definitely wasn't expecting to be making a short film in China in 24 hours, but here we are. I made it with these two guys, Daniel from Peru and Jeff from France. We barely knew each other. We had totally different styles, no script. We definitely didn't have time to figure everything out, and we're in a very foreign land. Now, when I first cut this video together, I thought, who cares about me trying to make a rushed, kind of messy short film in China? But honestly, this Lucas quote, it's the whole point. Movies aren't about perfect versions in your head. They're about making what you make under the circumstances and sharing it with the world. And the circumstances here were a lot. Wardrobe reveal. Oh my God. Feel a little bit sick even, but we're just gonna power through. That's not happening. Good morning.
We're ready.
Now, why was I even in China? This company, Hollyland, invited me out there along with 29 other creators.
Welcome to China.
That's crazy.
Every year they host this event called We Connect. They bring creators from around the world to their office to celebrate their company's birthday and learn a lot and connect with each other.
So first of all, welcome to Hollyland, welcome to China.
So I'm on top of a building in China right now, and I just wanted to say, if you haven't subscribed to the Standard Storyco weekly newsletter Friday Film Notes, now's a great time. Insightful tips, useful advice, fun anecdotes. Check it out.
Here I am promoting the newsletter in this video, and I haven't even explained what the short film is about or how the contest works. By the way, standardstoryco.com if you want to join the newsletter. They saw what happened in China first before anybody else, just saying. So I was trying to structure this video in an interesting way, as you can probably tell, but I just couldn't fill in some of the gaps. I didn't have the right footage to make it all work and tell the story the way I wanted. So let me just tell you directly what this contest actually was real quick.
We sincerely introduce the Hollywood project, a short film themed around Chongqing with an international perspective.
We had to make a short film about the city, Chongqing, with randomly assigned team members, and even the style of video that we had to make was going to be assigned. Teams would be competing against each other for prizes, but mostly it was just about bragging rights.
there were other rules too.
You cannot use your own equipment to shoot. Only the equipment we provide.
But we found a loophole.
Daniel was like the gear scavenger of our team. He was just finding like promotional signs from the event and just stealing them and hoarding them in his room. And he's like, now we've got reflectors, we've got negative fill, which was pretty funny.
Oh, good morning. Look who it is.
Oh, as fresh as ever.
I almost didn't mention our fourth team member, Skylar from the Hollyland team, who was gonna be our PIC, our person in charge and chaperone us around the city. Huge shout out to her because I don't know how we would have done any of this without her. She was like our mom and our producer the entire time.
We have to what?
We have to climb 15 minutes from the gate to the top.
Chapter 2. The uphill battle begins.
for our first shot of our film. We wanted to start with a bang with this sunrise shot, and this was going to be Jeff's section of the film where he would be directing me.
There goes the Uber, or Didi.
Location there. I will have our crafty table set up here. It's amazing, so professional.
Breakfast right here.
Ready to go 15 minutes up the mountain or the hill or whatever. We're feeling comfortable that the story have heart and it's gonna look sweet as well. We're tired,
But we are excited.
But was this truly an expression of excitement? No. There was fear in those eyes, a fear as primal and brutal as any ever felt in this cold, harsh world.
Nah, I'm just playing with you. I really was sleep deprived for like this entire week, but I was just dead this morning, and I had a long day ahead of me.
15 minutes up.
Yeah.
You want me to
No,
carry
no,
some
no.
stuff?
I never climb mountain.
About 15 minutes later.
My legs are burning.
I was surprised you brought the entire backpack. That was a bold choice.
Only stairs.
Only stairs.
No elevator.
All good? Yeah. Hi. Welcome to your channel.
We were supposed to be doing this cyberpunk thing with the lighting, but eventually we just kind of abandoned that whole thing. It was also totally overcast, so we were worried we were gonna get no sun and it was all pointless, but finally it poked its head out and we got a really nice opening shot.
Chapter 3. Too Many Cooks.
My number one anxiety going into this trip was how the hell are we supposed to make a short film when Hollyland is just throwing 30 creators and filmmakers all with their own styles and voices and ways of working into random teams and saying, okay, go make a movie. I don't thrive in that. I need hierarchy, I need clarity. I'm either steering the ship or I'm completely hands off. Now we've got 3 people who barely know each other, no structure, no previous work history, and 1 day to make a film. How do you manage that? Well, here's what ended up happening. Daniel and I both have more of a narrative background, and we latched onto this idea that we liked, and we started building it up, but we could tell that Jeff was not really vibing with the idea so much. Later on, he talked to me and he was like, hey, I have this other idea. What if we just split the film up into 3 mini films? We each direct one part of it. And when he pitched that, my first reaction was, no, I really like the idea that we have. We can do a good film with this. But thinking about it just 1 second longer, it was obvious. Yes, let's do that. We need buy-in from all 3 of us if we want to have any shot at winning this challenge. Or even more important, just having a good time. If one person is tuned out and is just going with the flow, we're not really collaborating at that point. So that night, we got to brainstorming. We figured, let's try to get something that's got a little bit of emotion and an actual narrative arc to it. So even though it's 3 separate stories, 3 separate characters, we found a way to creatively transition from one character to another that links them. And at the end, we tie it all together in a bow.
And now that we have a storyline, every one of us will act in each other's film, and we are randomly picking who's gonna act in which section.
Counterclockwise.
So-
That means you have me, I have Daniel,
And I have
Daniel
you.
has Jeff.
Okay, it's it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
And full credit to Jeff, that's a really interesting format for a short film, and it totally solves the problem of potential ego or style clashes with 3 different filmmakers. Hollyland hooked us up with some basic gear for the shoot. We had a gimbal, Sony camera, tube lights. That was about it.
It's all in Chinese.
Everything is in Chinese, all of the gear. So
GoPro's also in Chinese. China was surprisingly cool about us filming basically wherever we wanted, even in the subway, which I was really surprised by. They're so used to people filming in public over there, like live streaming is huge over there, TikTok, all of the vertical short form media is massive, and I think they're just used to having cameras everywhere, so nobody cared. We did get a lot of looks on the train though, which I didn't notice till later.
Want to know what else is a real head turner?
The excellent music you've been hearing in this video from this video's sponsor, Audiio. There's 2 things you're gonna wanna know whether you make the switch to Audiio or not. First thing is, they just launched a new plan called Pro Plus, which comes with something I've been using all over this video.
Chapter 2. The Uphill Battle. begins.
That narration was actually me using Audio's new voices feature. You just record yourself reading a line and Audiio recreates your exact pacing, emphasis, and energy, but it's read by one of their professional voice models. As a Pro Plus user, you get an hour of voices credits per month. Pick the voice you want. I'm gonna go with Angela here. Chapter 2, The Uphill Battle begins. Here it is.
Chapter 2, The Uphill Battle begins.
Beautiful. It's perfect for low budget content that you'd never hire a real voiceover artist for, like this video.
Temporary voiceovers for timing, or whenever you want your rough cut to feel way more impressive and sell your edit more. And as a freelance editor,
this can separate your edits from the pack. So that's the first thing. The other big advantage of the Pro Plus plan, there are no client size restrictions. You're covered for any client at a price that's still so affordable. Even better, for Cyber Week, Audio's giving you 40% off the first year of Pro Plus. This is a huge steal. So check them out and use my link below with the code VOICES40 at checkout for that discount.
Huge thanks to Audiio for supporting the channel and helping me tell this story,
which is just about to fall apart.
Chapter 4, No Light at the End of the Tunnel.
We really wanted to lean into different styles in each of our pieces, so Jeff was doing it frenetic, fast-paced, high tension, some one-car wide, slow shutter shots. Daniel's gonna go for a much slower, more intentional pace where it's harsh compositions, lots of negative space in the frame, really makes his character feel lost and isolated in the city. And then my part was gonna be in this cool underground tunnel that was like a former World War II bunker, and now it's a big hot pot restaurant. It's really cool. They have a bunch of neon lights in there too. And I was gonna just try to shoot it with a lot of whimsy and fun, kind of like a Amelie type of vibe. 3 p.m. I think was when we finally got to my stuff, and I was pretty wiped by this point. I was starting to feel a little sick. We go to my location to film. This lady starts following us around. She does not want us filming in there. This was technically the only place we didn't really have permission to film because it was like sort of a private property. And yeah, we got kicked out. I started freaking out a little bit because I had to come up with a whole new way to do my section of the film, yet still keep it linked to the other sections of the film. But we settled on the idea of, you know what? He's just a tourist. He's living in the present moment and he's connecting with other people, which these other two characters are not doing. And then at the end, he helps everybody connect together through a photo. And we just picked up the camera and started walking around the street we were on and just shooting stuff. And it was really like I was making a middle school or high school film with my friends. We would just walk around my neighborhood, and if we found something, that would be the next scene of the film. So it kind of brought me back to my roots, but I was also pretty stressed that I was gonna be the one who let down the team after all this hard work we'd done all day filming this thing. I have this idea that like, look, if he keeps taking photographs, I can do something in the edit to really sex this whole thing up. I'll do some kind of treatment on the photos. I'll do a mixed media type thing in the edit, which I've done in the past. And even if my shots aren't the most spectacular or cohesive, to get away with it, I'll just go extra hard in the edit. Unfortunately, there were some other problems that I hadn't foreseen that were gonna prevent that plan from really working out. Number one, the further the day went on, the more convinced I was like, oh, I'm definitely getting sick. Developed a huge zit on the corner of my mouth, and so I had to tell Jeff, you gotta shoot me from this side, this is disgusting. I got to pop that in the hotel later. Finally, we get all the shots we need except for our ending big finale. We go to the drone show, we're setting up that shot, we realize, oh, all three of us are in the shot. We gotta find somebody we can trust from another team to shoot this thing. Immediately we said, well, it's gotta be Simon, AKA DSLR Guide on YouTube, one of the OGs in the space. Finally, we got the shot, we were able to relax, we wrapped the film, we sat down, watched this absolutely insane drone show with 5,000 lit up drones making all these crazy animals and shapes and patterns.
Wow. Yes. More, yes. Got it. Oh.
Chapter 5, A Fever Dream.
So after the drone show, most of the people went to this free massage that I was really looking forward to. But me, Jeff, we didn't go. We were like, we gotta edit this thing. So I'm just sitting in my bed with my laptop. I'm just chugging away. I am progressively feeling worse and worse. And finally, I just pass out. I'm not even close to done. But when I woke up, I was messed up. Turns out I had a fever that a few other people had too that was going around. I started feeling like I was gonna yak the whole bus ride over there. Eventually I got some medicine and I was sort of a zombie for the day, but I would have these like 1 hour windows of just like being normal. And so I would use those to get on the laptop and like make a little progress. And that went on for the entire day.
So how much time left?
We got 16 minutes, and that we also have to export it and probably give it to somebody before then.
So I exported the short. I'm kind of ashamed of my section of it, but ran out of time. So here's the film that we turned in. I haven't made any changes since then. It's a time capsule. It is what George Lucas said. It is the best film we could make under the circumstances. And before I show you the film, credit where credit's due. There's not enough time in this video to cover the whole trip, but this was a week I'll remember for the rest of my life. I came out of it with real friends from all over the world, people I never would have met if it weren't for filmmaking. So thanks again to the entire Hollyland team for putting this special event together and absolutely killing it. All right, here's the film.
Final chapter, shelving the work.
Watching that back, yeah, I'm not all that proud of my section. There were just so many opportunities to make it better, especially in the edit. But look, under the circumstances, yeah, I'm proud. I'm very proud. But was it good enough to win? No. Our film was one of a few that got lumped into second place. And you know, that felt fair. There were some super talented people on this trip. But the film itself isn't the real reason that this video sat on my hard drive for months. I also wasn't proud of the footage I shot out there for this video. I'm not much of a vlogger compared to most of the people on this trip. I mean, you had like Castle Rec from Brazil, you had Megan Tan, Galang from Indonesia, who's like 17 and unbelievably talented, and Antonio from Spain, who's editing a full vlog every single night and posting it on YouTube like a madman.
Vlog Emperor.
Vlog Emperor?
Emperor. Yeah.
Coming
And
to
he
the
loves
spot. I'm gonna do a vlog every hour on the hour and upload it.
So, just like the short film, I fell into the same trap. I'm chasing this perfect version of this video that existed in my head, and when I couldn't make that a reality, I shelved the whole project. But what finally moved me forward to finish this video was something that Antonio said out there. He talked about intentionally releasing what he considers bad videos sometimes on his channel. Not because he doesn't care, but almost as an act of defiance, a way of telling himself, this doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful or valuable. Because when you allow yourself to stop chasing perfection or greatness or view counts, you reconnect with the part of filmmaking and working with a camera that is pure, the process of creating, of collaborating, of experimenting, and giving yourself that gift is how you avoid burnout. It's how you stay in love with all of this. So, here I am. Still not sure what the exact point of this video is. If I knew it and I could clearly articulate it, I would go back, I'd rewrite and restructure this whole video yet again so that I built up to that big idea right here, find a mic drop line, and just end this thing. But this all still feels muddled to me, like I'm back in China with my fever, waiting for the medicine to kick in and give me clarity on this story that I'm trying to tell you, the value I'm trying to provide by sharing it. But I guess in this case, that's the best way I can end this video, because the best film you can make, the best video you can make, whatever it is never the perfect one. It's the one you actually finish. And this film and this video are finished. Let's make some movies.
Hey everybody, we're out here. Hey! They said that I had to strap my phone to me, which I thought was crazy, because what am I gonna do? Drop it?